Hello. I want to talk to y'all a little bit today about local history, Garland history. Some Garland history that some of you might not know, and some of you might. But then we have a history here of our own from our school district. It's a school district type of thing of where we came from as a district, as a people, in other words, because in the day, Garland didn't have a high school for African Americans, if you want to call it Negroes. Well, back then they said colored school, you know, that's what they call it, colored schools and everything. So I had to go dig and get with the presidents and everything to reach some of this information that we have here. The first school for colored people, that they called it then, was located on Roosevelt Street near State and North Star. I remember that street. My sister and I went to that school. It did not have a name. It was known as Garland Independent School District. That's what they called it. It then moved to elementary school on 5th Street near the municipal building in 1936. In 1948, it was named George Washington Carver School. It wasn't high school yet. The principal was Mr. A.L. Orton. In 1949, Central Elementary School, an all-white school, was destroyed by fire. The bricks from that school were used to build Carver School on Hopkins. That's what they used on Hopkins Street location. From 1949 through 1953, Carver was an elementary school and high school, elementary, high school, and middle school. Yeah, all of it was there together. And students were, the high school people, at one time, my sister was bused from Garland all the way to Booker T. If y'all know where Booker T is in Dallas. Yeah, Garland High School had to go to Booker T. Because they didn't have the high school built yet and everything. So once they built that high school up on Hopkins there, then all of them came back here and started going to high school here. So Garland administration and trustees offered a freedom of choice plan to place all of the federal government and all kind of organizations in that school. But then what happened was, in 1966, we was there on the end of my junior year, they bused us to Garland High and South Garland. They were the only two high schools that was here. They bused us to those schools, and Carver was left for be elementary school. That's all they had, the elementary school. And 2 years later, they moved those children where they could go to the school up the streets here. It's a middle school. They had to go, they had to Austin Middle School. They had to move that and everything. So that's what we came in as far as being the first to go integrated here in Garland Independent School District. And it was quite how can I say it? It was quite a phenomenon that here we are. We've never been associated with these people or anything else. We was going to Carver here, but all of a sudden, just like that, we was thrown into a situation where we had no representatives or nothing, anything like that. We had no black teachers, anything to go to, talk to, see. When we went to class, we saw no black teachers, not anything. So that's why I'm saying today that these teachers that we have, and all the black teachers that we have, I give them they need that. These children need that, and as well as you know, but they have somebody that can they can see of their own race and everything. That's what was going on back then. Now I think they got a school named after Mr. Lister. They got elementary school named after him. He was there with us in Carver, but that was at elementary level. Nothing at the high school level, no coaches, anything like that. So they took that Carver and they took a part of Parkland Hospital, and they made outlet for children, different things like that. So what they do in the end, they got the senior citizen center there now. That's the best thing they got. They got a Garland Senior Citizen ran by Shannon Stevenson. Okay, now that's the best thing. Now, what's going on now, in the future, in a few months, they're gonna have a dedication. They're gonna put a wall commemorating all of the Carver principals and students and things like that. We're gonna take pictures and stuff, and they're gonna put it on this wall, and it'll be in the senior citizen center, because right now we're evaluating, they not renovating, they're renovating that Carver, that Carver Senior Center, because it was so old and outdated. So they're renovating it, and they're getting a new one down there. And this is what the local history is all about. One, and Sister Rivera, they probably already know about all this, and they stood the tide and stayed in that. Are you retired?
Yeah.
And retired and know what it was all about. But this is Garland history. This is something that went on at that time, and we stayed in there through this integration and everything that 1 year, and we got scholarships out of there. They already knew we had the talent. And they already knew, because they had a coach here named Chuck Curtis at Garland High School, and he won the state championship in '64 and '65. But the thing of it was, he saw all the talent that we had down here. They saw that talent, the speed and everything that we had, and you know, he orchestrated that, where it could be moved, where it could be moved to Garland High and South Garland. And that's what happened, because he owned a sporting goods store. Chuck Taylor is you're not the tennis coach. You know, to make the tennis now, Chuck Taylor. And he went on to SMU. He left and went on to SMU, and he got us in there and everything. That's when those scholarships and everything started coming from all those universities and things like that. And then David Smith, he got selected to the high school All-American bowl game down in Houston at the Astrodome, and Curly Waters went on to West Texas State. Now, Chester Johnson would have had a great scholarship, but he got his knee messed up on his senior year out on the football field. He got his knee messed up. He had the speed and everything else to go with it too, but he got a great scholarship, but he couldn't make it. They couldn't, back then they didn't have the physicians to get the knees right and everything. So education is the key.
Amen.
To all these children.
Amen.
I want to tell you, education is the key. Keep them in education.
Indeed.
This is the only way that we're going to be able to make it out of the swamp that we're in.
Amen.
It's the education, y'all. And that's